Good morning. This is Kasturi Day. Today I am going to continue with the discussion, rather study questions discussion according to ICSE syllabus class 8 of the water chapter question answer series. Okay. So let me start with, today's question, first question is, what are the main causes of water pollution and how can it be controlled? So the main causes of water pollution are, first is chemical waste which are coming out of the industries and agricultural processes. These are dumped into the rivers and even into the sea without prior treatment, and this causes the pollution of the water. Then the thermal waste which are coming out from the nuclear and the thermal power stations. This has a large number of amount of water for cooling purposes. They require large amount of water for cooling purposes, and so the discharge this thermal waste, that is hot water and the chemicals from these plants, nuclear and thermal power plants, a large amount of hot water and chemicals are discharged into the water stream. This water is very harmful and injurious for the fish and other aquatic life forms. Okay, this causes pollution to the water. Then sewage and garbage which are discharged into the river water, that makes unfit for drinking. Even people urinate, defecate and wash their clothes in the river, wash their clothes, utensils in the river water, which also pollute the water. So it should be this sewage and garbage from the whole city and towns, they are discharged into the river. Even the people in the village side, they urinate, defecate, and they wash their clothes and this utensils in the river waters, which pollute the water. This water pollution can be controlled by certain treatments. One is treating the domestic sewage before discharging into the river. See, the domestic sewage, which has a lot of pollutants in it, all household waste, all this street waste, all these wastes are dumped into the sewage, and these sewage should be treated before discharging them into the rivers. Then awareness program should be done, that should be spread, making sanitary facilities in the rural areas and city slums to discourage people to defecate into the open. Okay, like that these toilets are being created in many villages nowadays. Okay, so separating the solid matter from the sewage and using them into biogas production for generating biogas, which can be used as an alternative fuel. Then these waste products of the industries, before discharging them, before discharging these waste products of the industries, they should be treated, and then they should be discharged into the rivers and other water bodies. Then the non biodegradable substances like detergent, pesticides, pollutants, etc., they should be wisely used, properly used. Okay, that should that so that they do not pollute the environment. Then people should avoid washing and cleaning the utensils, clothes, even animals, or rather bathing them, and human beings also should not bath in the rivers, lakes, etc., near the rivers, lakes, etc., or in the rivers, lakes, etc., in the water bodies, so that they do not pollute the water. Then we should plant more trees. Okay, so that along the river banks, so that this what do you say this can I mean pollution can be controlled. Okay, then covered, the wells should be covered, then water bodies should be purified from time to time. Then disposing the dead bodies of animals, they should be done in a hygienic way. Okay, now name three waterborne diseases. First is typhoid, cholera, and diarrhea. You can name other waterborne diseases also. So here I've mentioned three, that is typhoid, cholera, and diarrhea. Then what is the temperature always mentioned with the saturated solution? Why it is mentioned? Why the temperature is always because the temperature is always for a given saturated solution. In a given saturated solution, temperature is a very much factor, a very important factor. Okay, because at a given temperature, a solute, or rather a solvent can dissolve a given quantity of solute. When the temperature is raised, that solvent can dissolve more amount of solute. So what will happen? The solubility of the solute increases if the temperature is increased. So the temperature has to be mentioned when we are mentioning of the saturated solution. Okay. Then when you are talking about saturated solution, then state two ways in which a saturated solution can be changed to unsaturated solution. One, by heating, or you can say by adding more solvent to it. For example, we make a glass of water, salt water. Okay. One glass of water is taken and 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. So if for example that salt water becomes saturated, okay, say for that 1 glass of water, it requires to make it saturated, say 10 spoons of salt. Okay, but when we heat the temperature, we heat the this salt solution, we can see that the solvent, that is water, can dissolve more of salt. Still it can dissolve more of salt. That is, when we raise the temperature, the solution becomes unsaturated. Or if we can add more of solvent, that is more of water to it, then the solution can it also again it becomes unsaturated and it can dissolve more of solute. Okay, so I think you have understood this saturated, how can it be changed to unsaturated solution. Then why is water called universal solvent? It is so because it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquid. Okay, so water can dissolve more substances. Almost all substances dissolve in water than any other liquid. That's why it's called a universal solvent. Substances dissolve in water over a period of time which may be a few minutes or a few centuries. It means that wherever water goes, either through the air, through the ground, or through other bodies, our bodies, it takes along valuable chemicals, minerals, and nutrients. It has mixed with it. Okay. Now we come to briefly explain the importance of dissolved gases in water. So the dissolved gases, that means the gases which are dissolved in water, they provide taste to the water. Then oxygen dissolved in water helps in the respiration and survival of the aquatic life. That is aquatic life which are present in the water. They respire through the oxygen which is present in the water, and they can survive there. Then oxygen in the water also helps to kill the germs, some of the harmful germs and bacteria which can cause diseases. Then carbon dioxide in water is used in plants. These aquatic plants, they use the carbon dioxide to perform the process of photosynthesis. Then the carbon dioxide which is present in the water, that also used by certain aquatic animals to make their shells. Okay. Next we come to, by giving two characteristics, define the following. One is solution, colloidal solution, and suspension. Now this solution, a solution is a substance in which the particles of the solute are broken down to such a fine state that they cannot be seen even under a powerful microscope. Solution is a substance in which the particles of the solute are broken down, that is, they are very small enough so that they cannot be seen through the even under a powerful microscope. The characteristics are: the solution is a clear and transparent always, and it's a homogeneous mixture in nature. Then we come to colloidal solution. It is a heterogeneous solution in which the particle size is in between 10 to the power minus 7 to 10 to the power minus 5 centimeters, such that the solute particles neither dissolve nor they settle down in a solvent. Okay. So it's neither a total solution or neither, it's a suspension. So it's in between. The particle size is in between 10 to the power minus 7 to 10 to the power minus 5, and such that the solid particles neither they totally dissolve or neither they settle down in a solvent. The two characteristics are there in this colloidal solutions are: the particles of the colloidal solution are visible under powerful microscope, and it is not transparent but translucent in nature. In case of suspension, a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture of insoluble particles of solute which is spread throughout a solvent. It's an insoluble, these particles are totally insoluble in the solvent. Okay, so the two characteristics are: the particles of suspension can be separated out by the simple process of filtration. Then the particles of the suspension settle down when the suspension is kept undisturbed, as they settle down as sediment. Okay. Next is, by giving two examples, define the following terms: hydrated substance, anhydrous substance, and hygroscopic substance. First, we come to hydrated substance. The substance which can contain fixed number of water molecules which are attached loosely to the substance, okay, to their one molecule of to the one molecule of the substance, that is known as hydrated substance. Like blue vitriol, washing soda. Blue vitriol is copper sulfate pentahydrate, and washing soda is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Then we come to anhydrous substances. The anhydrous substances are those substances, that is the residue which is left when a hydrated substance loses its water of crystallization. Okay, or the substance which do not contain the water molecules is known as anhydrous substances. Like common salt, copper sulfate, after losing water of crystallization, that is also anhydrous, and common salt that does not have water, that is also an anhydrous substance. Okay, then we come to hygroscopic. Okay, the substance which absorbs moisture from the air but it does not change its state, that is known as hygroscopic substance. Like quicklime, concentrated sulfuric acid, they absorb moisture from the air but they do not change their state. Okay, neither from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, like not like that. They do not change their state. Whatever state they have, they remain in that state. Okay, so those substances are hygroscopic substances. Okay, now next I will start with other questions. In my next video I'll discuss the other questions. Okay, so please go through this. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box, and do share with your friends. And if you are liking the videos, press the like button, and also do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.